Content farm channels have been long discussed in both the Amazing Digital Circus and Helloverse communities. Some creators have started to take a more firm stance against them in recent times, and for good reason. Gooseworx has been talking about this kind of stuff vaguely for a while, but has recently made her position very clear, which I'll be going through in this video. If you do enjoy these kinds of breakdowns, be sure to subscribe to keep up to date. Anyway, moving into the first topic, it all started with a content farm channel making a punk variation of Jax. For those unaware, a content farm channel basically just exists to farm comics themed in whatever trending content is available, posting as much as possible and creating very questionable content. Gooseworx initially says, "You guys keep sending me the worst content farm slop imaginable," and you're like, what are your thoughts on this? I like genuine fan content, by the way, it's just getting really hard to find in the endless sea of soulless trash. There have been other cases where Gooseworx has negatively talked about it, but this was before the most recent discourse. Things kicked off on the 29th with Gooseworx doing a tweet saying, "I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but don't you guys think drawing obsessing over this character is just giving these content farm channels what they want? Like, I'd be fine with it if it came from a fan and not a content farm video, but it very much comes from a content farm video." One user replied saying, "People are kinda just having fun." Gooseworx replied, "If it was designed by a fan, I'd have no problem with it." Obviously implying that these content farm channels aren't fans, only doing it for the money. And with the amount of views these channels get, it's pretty easy to see why they do it. Gooseworx also made a follow-up tweet a couple hours later featuring a comic she made. The first image says, "Goose, please do something about these content farm channels, they're ruining the show," with Goose just standing there. Then in the second image she replies saying, "Because it originates from a content farm video, I'd prefer if people made their own design, or latched onto something made by an actual fan," with a picture of the video thumbnail in question. The third image says, "Whoa, why don't you just let people have fun?" So following on from Goose's tweets, she got some criticism from fans. One user said to just copyright strike the content farm videos, to which Gooseworx replied with, "What do you want me to do about it? The Amazing Digital Circus isn't on my channel, so I can't copyright strike them. And even if I could, isn't there an unspoken rule about copyright striking videos you don't like? Like, I'm pretty sure that's always been frowned upon." So what appears to have happened is since the release of the show, people have been sending Gooseworx and the team these content farm videos on a daily basis. Seeing the same low effort content profiting off your work must have been draining, so it's understandable why Goose has a problem with it. Added to this, artists began drawing out of this punk Jax character. This was a bit disconcerting to Goose, since the design originated from these content farm slop channels. Goose did a couple of tweets about the situation, voicing that she'd wish people would not draw this character because of its origins, and instead focus on something else. In response, Goose got sent criticism from people dismissive of her feelings. Gooseworx said in a few tweets that she's been under the weather recently because of an illness, and fans also started sending her various TikTok accounts and impersonators, so it's likely a mix of everything contributing to them not feeling that great. Overall, I think content farms are pretty negative for any community they're a part of, and dilutes the pool of content, dwarfing people who are actually putting in some serious effort, not just farming whichever media is trending. Hornstromp is honestly the best example of this behavior. They've been doing this for years, moving from channel to channel and trend to trend to farm as much content as possible until whatever they're making videos about inevitably falls off. Honestly, it must suck for Goose to have to watch all these guys walk all over her work without really being able to do anything about it. The best you can do is just ignore this kind of content and not publicize it so it can stay in its own little bubble, and not ruin the other content for everyone else not trying to engage with it. But that's all I wanted to cover in this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to subscribe and let me know what you think about these content farm channels down below in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.